Local search is still the Wild West, but with AI starting to take over and disrupt national business, big money is moving locally. So if you want to continue to get leads, you need strong local content that ranks. And this strategy today is still highly underutilized. And that's why my clients get hundreds of qualified leads every year from these strategies. But now is the time. Do this right and you get more leads and more money. But do it wrong or ignore it, and you're going to be losing every day, every week, every hour on potential leads that could be yours. My name is Josh Thompson. I'm the founder of Brightbeam SEO, and I've been doing SEO for over 15 years and helping local businesses become more profitable through strong, valuable SEO strategies. In this video, I want to talk about creating city-specific local content that ranks, and not just city pages, even though that's a big chunk of what we're going to be doing today, but anywhere that we can use local intent to help guide customers and Google to giving us more business. A recent analysis of searches found that businesses who are in the top 3 of the local search pack are also tend to rank on page 1 organically for those organic searches. So put that together and it means these are tied together, local search and Google Maps. And as we work on one to improve one, the other will naturally improve. It's like a spider web. We can't really do one thing without helping the other. So let's look at exactly what we can do to influence our local rankings and get more leads. And if you want an in-depth checklist, my personal in-depth checklist that I use for every business with all of the specifics, even things I'm not going to be adding on this video, leave a comment and a like, and I'll get that to you. So stay till the end as well. I want to throw in a bonus, a little bit more of an advanced trick that you can use right now to even further boost everything I'm going to be talking about here. So local search is powerful. In fact, 76% of people who do a local search end up contacting a business within 12 hours. So we want that to be us. Now we want to talk about creating local content that ranks us number 1, not only in search results, but on Google Maps as well. Let's start with city pages, since this really is the primary way to target customers. And let's talk about a few things that we can do here. Now let's start with targeting. This is where people get things wrong often. The first thing we need to do is target properly a search. So this starts with finding keywords that we can target. If I'm a plumber in Dallas, we can use a tool like SEMrush or Ahrefs to look for these searches in our local area and build a list of potential keywords to target. We can use Google Maps as a way to go through and find keywords that are being searched. So if I start to type in plumber Dallas, I can see that here's some searches that people might be searching. But I can also say plumbing services Dallas and see if that comes up. And I can do different types of searches and see what starts to show up in the Google Suggest down here and find keywords this way. I can also go do a search and check at the people also searched for more information on that search. Or I can use Google Search Console to see what have people been searching for that my website has shown up for. And lastly, we can do this on our actual Google business profile. If I go to performance, I can go to the keywords at the bottom and pull searches here that my business is showing up for. So this gives us a lot of different ways to find and build a list of searches, which is exactly what we want to do right off the bat. Start getting a list, find keywords, and then plug those keywords into an AI tool and try to get a primary and maybe some secondary keywords to target. But we want to make sure that we also consider targeting something that is maybe less targeted. If everyone in your local area is targeting plumber in Dallas, then maybe we want to find something similar, plumbing services, plumbing repair, and maybe try to find something a little more nuanced that will be easier for us to rank for, especially if we're a new site. If you're an older site, then targeting properly, you may already have the juice and the power behind your site to really go for something high competition. So you have to consider that nuance. So once we've found a keyword to target, now let's move on to how to properly target that keyword on these pages. This is so important, how to target technically. People get this wrong all the time. But these on-page signals like our title and our metadata, these account for 36% of the ranking factors for your business. So if you do this right, you're almost halfway there. That's how powerful targeting properly is. So we want to take this primary keyword and first use that to target. That means this keyword needs to go into our title tag, our meta description, our slug, and then the H1 or the primary header on our page, as well as the first sentence on the page should all contain our primary target keyword. And on top of this, we want to take a secondary keyword or a few secondary keywords and sprinkle those throughout the text and a few of the headers as well. This way, we can make sure to get the most juice out of this page targeting a specific keyword. Now let's talk about content. This is where things have a lot of nuance, and that nuance is important. So many people just want to copy and paste every city page, make 50 of them, and then change the primary city and call it good. This doesn't work. Every city in your area is completely unique with its own problems I'm sure you can find that you deal with in each city for your business differently. So this is where we can separate ourselves from our customers, and with Google, we can separate ourselves from our competitors. That's what unique content is. It's content no one else is writing because we're putting thought into that content that no one else is willing to put in. That's what unique is. So this is how we separate ourselves. We write customer-centric content that talks to the customer that lives in this city about many different things that they're going to understand. So what makes the customer different? What makes the city different? What are some of the local landmarks, events, streets, cultures that we can include in our content to really separate ourselves out here and help people understand that we know who they are. We're here too. We understand your area. Then we can get into local specific problems, questions people might be asking, and include all this into our content to help the customer feel and Google feel like this is unique and specific to them. Adding local images and photos is another way to even drive that home, especially if you can make that match your business services. And adding stories. If you're from there, if a team member that you have is from that city, include that information in your specific city page. So now that we have that, we can take this one step further by having reviews where people mentioned this city specifically that we're working on that page. And this is all huge for the city page. Now add at the end here a frequently asked questions that is directed towards that city and its unique problems or questions people are going to ask. and then embed a map of that city from Google onto that page. Now, with that content, let's talk just for a minute about the site-wide things you can do to increase local content, local rankings, and your local signals that you're sending to Google and to customers. So if your homepage, if you're a local business, or you only have a few locations in maybe an area or a state, then you can use your homepage to target also a local keyword. I would make it a different local keyword. Even if it's a city you're targeting, I would target a different keyword than you are on that city page. For example, if I'm in Boise, I might have a Boise city page where I target Boise plumbing. But on my homepage, I might target something different, like fix your sink in Boise, or something different than I am right on that city page. So on the homepage though, I would use more general content for the most part on that page. So once again, for instance, in Boise, we call it the Treasure Valley. I can call it the Boise area. I more want to talk about the area on my homepage than I do want to about one specific city. So homepage targets the area if you're a local business. City pages target that specific city. Otherwise, if you're a more national business, your homepage is likely going to be a lot more neutral to an area because of that. So now just a couple more things we can add. Put your address, your primary address, in your footer. If you have a few locations, put those in the footer. Embed your Google map listing in the footer. This is going to make it so much more powerful for your website and your Google business profile. Have a general frequently asked questions on your homepage and try to keep that general but still specific to your area. Remember, specifics means rankings. So with all that, we want to go through the entire site and make sure we have internal linking where different pages are linking to different pages. You should be able to get to any page on your website in 2 clicks from the homepage. If you can't, then something needs to change. And then you can always take things back through AI. This is so strong, but do things one at a time. You can give ChatGPT or another AI a full list of all the internal links that you have on your website and have it give you an analysis. You can do that with keywords, with headers, with pages, but you need to chunk things down into small things that you can do one step at a time with chat. You can't have it do everything at once. It will suck. It's a consultant, not a creator. So then you can polish all this off by having a strong local business schema or organization schema or both on your website. And you can easily do that through chat by asking chat to help you do a local schema if you can't do it on your own or you don't know how to do it technically. So now it's time for my little bonus before I wrap all of this up. I just want to talk about how you can take this one more step further. And that's by targeting hyperlocal and near me searches. So studies have actually shown, once again, that you can target near me searches with your website and it helps. But you don't want to use the term near me. Google understands the difference between near me and near you and considers them synonymous. So we can target near you in our title tag. Instead of plumbing repair in Dallas, I can say plumbing repair in Dallas near you. And now I can further target the near me searches that are done on the internet and on Google and Google Maps. And then even one step further is hyperlocal pages. Sometimes people will search for your city or even different parts or different neighborhoods. So if we go to something like SEMrush or any of these tools or your Google Business Profile or Google Maps, and you start seeing searches like this, where people are searching for a plumber in North Dallas specifically. So this is even further dividing Dallas up into North Dallas. And I see that there is search volume for these searches. Then yeah, I want to make a page that's specifically North Dallas plumbing targeted. We only want to do this if there's volume. If there's no volume, then ignore it. But if you can find volume or searches for those hyper local searches in your area, then you want to target those with pages distinctly targeted and geared towards that search and that area. So look, most local businesses don't do this right because most SEOs don't know how to do this right. They understand how to copy, but they don't understand the fundamentals. So they do a bad job. So if you want help doing this right for your business, you can email me, josh@brightbeamseo, or visit brightbeamseo.com, and we can talk more about your specific situation and how we can help you. It doesn't have to be complicated, but it has to be done right and it has to be done smart. And with that, appreciate it. We will see you tomorrow. Take it easy.